Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire ordinal space, guys. What is going on? We have an amazing update for you today. Today is the weekend update. We know a lot of you guys really appreciate this one. This is definitely one of our most successful views every single week. So we appreciate everyone coming in and listening to us tell you kind of guys about what's going on in the markets. We really appreciate all the love, all the support we've been getting. Every video has been getting more and more views, guys. You guys don't understand how much we appreciate that. Thank you. Every single view means so much to us. But yeah, we have a lot to talk about, a lot to get into, so we're gonna get right into it. Let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up? What's up? It's a great Saturday spaces today. Probably one of our best. Man, we had such good conversation in there, and you know the the quality of speakers is just increasing every week.
Yeah, I mean we had Track in there, we had Bison in there, we had Bob Bodley in there. It was so good. So many others, vampires, and I can't even remember. We had so many really good speakers. So I don't know if I left anyone out. I apologize, but just really good conversation. It's so good that like I'm just sitting there and just like I just loving it. You know what I mean? Like I forget to talk sometimes because I'm just listening to these really smart people, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I think today's spaces was extra special because it basically gave like an insight of how current devs in the token world of Bitcoin ordinals are thinking right now throughout this
Yeah.
whole, runes and pipe and stuff like that, right? So I think it probably started off a little bit anxious, some people about like what's going to happen, and then ended with, man, this is great, like innovation, like in the end, we're all going to make it.
Yeah, and it was a nice change of pace too, because like I felt like all week, all the spaces from Jake's spaces to all the spaces we're talking about this Casey stuff and talking about this and stuff. It was nice to take a step back and just listen to people who are building, and
Exactly.
it was refreshing. It was definitely was refreshing.
100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Yeah. And so we'll see what happens. I feel like there was definitely like a consistency, at least like some sort of consistency across all the
Yeah.
token builders. That's a
Yep.
good thing.
Yep. And like I definitely liked when some people saying, well, I don't know, too many protocols would be a bad thing. But, like, I'm on the other side of that. I think a lot of protocols would actually a good thing as long as, like, eventually down the line, we don't know what we're using. We're using them
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
so
Exactly. Exactly. And actually, that kind of, I think, can lead into like what we want to kind of first address, which is,
yeah.
Casey, right? And so, one thing I want the audience to know is we're content creators, right? So, so last week gave us a lot of ammo for content, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that we're not genuine. Excuse me. Doesn't mean that we're not genuine. Definitely, what we were saying, we felt. But also, I think like because we are content creators and because we're involved with the ecosystem, whether that be like knowing developers or we've partake in specific protocols ourselves, like it's all gonna affect like the content that gets released. So for us, like we were genuine. We wouldn't want to change any of that. But one thing I think after having some conversations with people that are closer to like the core team, it did kind of let us realize that, hey, look, you know, Casey's a human being too, right? Like he's
Yeah.
just like you and I in terms of like a human. And so, he's getting a lot of pressure from like these traditional Bitcoinists, and he's also getting pressure from like the community that's developed out of his baby that he created with the Ordinal protocol. And so like balancing that is tough, right? Because like you're used to being able to go to people and in the Bitcoin community to just talk about stuff, and then all of a sudden that gets shut off because of what they think you did. So I think we are kind of, well, at least I would say for myself, I'm at a point to kind of give him, show more empathy towards it, and say, hey, look, maybe it wasn't as tyrannical as I initially thought.
Yeah, 100%. Like emotions are high. We felt like we had to defend something that we love. We had to defend, our family because like that's what every all these builders and everything who put their time in every single day, and just like us, we put our time into the show every single week, and we felt like we had to defend ourselves. We had to defend what we love, and but we we definitely didn't have to go as far as we did, and definitely apologize for that if we hurt anyone's feelings with any of that. But at the end of the day, we have love for Casey. We love Casey, what he's built, and we have love for this industry, love for the space. But we will defend it at all costs.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I definitely want that to be known as well.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And I think he probably thinks that same way on the other side. Like he wants to defend what he expected the space to be. At the end of the day, like we can want a direction of ordinals on our end, and he can want a direction of ordinals on his end, but we both don't have that total control of it, right?
Yeah,
He has more influence than we do, of course, or like
obviously.
anybody in the space. But yeah, yeah, I don't take back anything I said in terms of like how I felt. Now, yeah, I agree with you. Do apologize if I did hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. But at the end of the day, like it's for the betterment of what we believe in, and he wants to push the betterment of what he believes in, right? So it's
100%.
all coming together though. Like we're all community, we're all love here in terms
Yeah.
of ordinal. So yeah. With that being said, we had a great discussion last night with Charlie Spears, CB
Yep.
Spears, on X and Twitter, which is definitely close to that group. And it was an awesome conversation, man. Like we
It
were just
was.
talking for like, I want to say almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And you really get to know people on a deeper level. And that's our goal. That's our, what we're looking to achieve for you guys is to get to know some of these people that are closer to the core developers and stuff on a deeper level. And hopefully you will do that discussion.
100%. Yeah, we'll have that video out for you guys on Monday. I think that's going to be our Monday video, and then we'll have Prism out on Tuesday. And yeah, so we got a lot of good videos coming your way, guys. And then next week we have the BTC Startup Labs. We're going to have them on the show. So we got so much more content coming your guys' way. Just stick with us, and we appreciate every single view.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. So now that's out of the way, let's talk about some rare sats.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So go ahead.
No, so I really started digging into it. I've been in the base community, and those guys are really into this stuff, like really into the rare sats and things like that. And we had Sattings on the show. Like I said, that video will be out soon. And these guys have a really cool product. No, that video is already out. That one, yeah, they have a really cool product out already, and really showed me that the tools are up and running. So so I really started getting into that. So yeah, so we're gonna start doing the rare sats every single week for you guys. So do you want to jump in those markets now?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's see, satting.io. Pull that up. So this is a project that we had on the show last week,
Yeah,
and they're doing some really good stuff. You can see they have it's satting.io, by the way, and they have their discover where you can kind of just hunt for special sats. You can put the address right here. So this is the homepage. You just put your wallet address in here, and it'll show you. You go to marketplace to show what people are selling
yep,
these sats for. So you see this vintage sat going for 0.0001. Nakamoto, same price, block 9. And then when you get closer to the uncommon, you can see 0.0055. So for me specifically, that's the rare sats that I'll try to start collecting first, just because I feel like if you think about it, it's the first one in each block. We're at
yeah,
800 something thousand blocks. The supply of these are the same as Bitmap.
yeah. I agree, and
you know
I think that everyone should own a few rare sats. Obviously, depending on your pocket, on your what you have in your pocket. But you can get some vintage sats. You can get whatever. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen in a year from now when everyone's coming in and creating ordinals. Then they want to do them on rare sats because that's the meta. That makes it cool these days.
yeah.
So I think it's really smart just to at least take a look at this stuff and really dig in. Obviously, don't put it. They are satoshis. They'll always be worth what a satoshi's worth, but you're paying a lot more. So just don't put in more than you're willing to lose. But I think this is the safest bet in the entire ordinal space.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that yet, but I definitely am heavy on it. Not financial advice, but this is what separates Bitcoin in the ordinal space from the rest of the NFT space is
Yeah.
because there's history and actual data storage satoshis, right?
Yep.
Like satoshis that actually exist from a digital standpoint on chain, and so they're dated too, right? So this makes collectability a thing that the NFT space was completely missing.
I agree.
Even, you know, the fact that like the traditional collectibles market is mostly tangible items, right? And so you can touch them, feel them. Well, the closest thing that we can get to that is files that exist on chain, right? And
Yep.
so, or inscriptions that exist on chain. And so that's what this is. And so I'm super bullish on that specifically because I think that this is going to emerge in multiple different ways. In terms of a wholesale market, from the miners' perspective, this is going to grow. And whenever
Yeah.
that grows, like from a retail perspective, people are going to want to collect these sats and possibly who knows what they're going to be used for, right? Like you can inscribe certain things on them, you know, and the rare set could just give more value to them. Now, this is the rare, which there's not very many. This is going for 6.6 Bitcoin. So
Insane.
yeah, that's something. And this is in the bear market, right? So
Yeah.
imagine how much a rare would go for in the bull market, full on.
Tens of
Right.
Bitcoin, bro. Tens. It's gonna be pretty nuts.
Exactly. And then so you can kind of get even more like granular with it and
Yeah.
jump into like the dates. So if you look at 2009 first year Bitcoin, uncommon goes for 0.39, right?
Yeah.
But if you go to like a 2023 uncommon is 0.0055, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be determined a little bit by date, but still, like to me, uncommons are so rare that like it's worth it for me to collect the cheaper ones because you know it could be worth. And then also first year, of course, it would be good if you can afford it, but this is not financial advice, of course.
Yeah. And so one thing about the uncommons is there's new uncommons every day, right? The uncommons is the first stat of each block, right? So there is 100 new
144.
144 new commons. But let's just say like the Hitman sats or one of those other sats or something like that, they're actually deflationary because the more you inscribe them, the more they kind of go out of circulation because they become something else. Yeah, you can reinscribe on them, but they're no longer like a virgin. They're no longer like the first ever mint on them. So a lot of these satoshis are kind of deflationary in the rarity category. So something like a pizza sat will definitely become more rare. Something like a Silk Road first auction will become more rare. The Hitman sats will become more rare. Stuff like the black sats and the uncommons will actually be inflationary forever. So that's something you should think about as well. The vintage, the block 78s, the block 9s, they're all again could be deflationary unless like their
For
virgin status
Yeah,
anyway.
for collectible markets, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Like yeah, if they haven't been touched in terms of that, right? But that's why I think it's important to check these stats too to make sure that they haven't been touched, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but
everything on this site is not like everything is they're all virgin sets. There's nothing I looked into this. There's nothing on here that already has been inscribed. So when you buy something on here, it's a virgin set.
gotcha,
On
gotcha.
this site anyway. So
Yeah, yeah, and then I will say, like, if you look at the supply of these rare sats, you know, it jumps significantly in terms of total supply after you pass. Like, so rares are obviously the most rare, and I think it's like super rare with the rares. But then it goes to uncommon, which is 800 and something thousand, and then it jumps like pretty drastically. Like, I think
yeah,
it jumps to like billions, right? So
yeah,
I have to double check on that, and but I do know there is a big jump. So that's why I feel like uncommons are pretty safe no matter what. But
yeah.
again, you know, not
No, you're right.
financial advice.
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I actually bought my first uncommon yesterday. I paid $170 for a Satoshi, which is
Yeah.
pretty insane. But I'm gonna hold on to it long term. I put it in a wallet with that is the only Satoshi inside, so I don't accidentally spend it like a jackass. And because I do jackass things. So, but you definitely want to open a wallet, go to account, make the account, make it say rare sats, and then send all your rare sats to that wallet so you get them out right away. And Settings.io, if you can show it real quick, has a really cool tool for that. If you go to tools and then if you go to transfer sats, it'll allow you to put the sat number inside.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to connect your wallet
yeah,
here.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it connect your
No, you're
wallet,
good.
but yeah.
It's a show wallet,
Yep.
so I don't care. So you could just paste the set sat number in here, and then you just hit OK, and then that's it. And then it
Yeah,
takes
and
you
then
to transfer
another screen
section.
will come up. Yeah, and then it'll show you can put the address of the new wallet in there, and it will send to that address, and then you're safe and you're good to go. And then hopefully, and then might be a good idea just to not touch that wallet at all. Just remember, you can accidentally spend those sats if you do a transaction. So just that wallet needs to be empty.
Yeah, yeah. So this is definitely a tool to use to check your wallet every time you get new Bitcoin into your wallet, just to make sure, hey, I mean, who knows, dude? Like you could have a rare in there, and that's 6
Sure.
Bitcoin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
How crazy would
definitely,
that be?
man,
Ugh.
crazy. Or
Ugh.
just imagine like, well, I guess like if you have an uncommon, you probably would only have one because
Yeah.
it wouldn't be like a row of uncommons because it's the first one in each block. So if you get super lucky, you could hit a like first and multiple blocks. But that's you gotta get really lucky with that.
I
But
agree.
yeah, so pretty cool. Something we're definitely diving deeper into for our personal interest, and we wanted to cover that. So all right. So one thing I want to give a shout out to is these guys. Inscribe
Oh yeah.
Space. Man, these guys are doing like so like they were like grinding for so long to put this application out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna share some of the crazy things that have just been built by like the community. So kudos to the community. If you haven't used it either, I highly recommend going to their website, inscribed.space, and then go to Let's Build, and you can start building, man. Man, this is one I've got to show.
Oh, your screen's not up. There you go.
Yeah. So look at this, man. This is like the BitPunk.
I think we lost your audio. You still there?
Isn't that crazy? There's some
Yeah.
music playing. So
Gotcha.
I couldn't really hear you if you were talking, but I mean it's just so nuts. Like this is the bitmap punks that created that, right? So
Yeah.
like how whenever someone had a gallery, they want to show it off because they use this application and stuff.
Yep.
And you're kind of like, oh, that gallery looks kind of like every other gallery that like I've seen, which is not a ton, but like there were services for that. Basically, you could
Yeah.
go in there, but this is completely customized from the bottom up. You
Yeah.
know,
It's amazing, and it's another thing, another reason why I'm bullish on bitmaps because they're building on the bitmaps, right?
yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to do something. I'm not super artist, but like I created this little anchor, which is like the bitmap or the Bitcoin whales here. And then you can see my screens. But if you see a preview here, it's pretty cool, right? So like,
Yeah.
I'm not an artist, but like, I tried, and I'm still working on this. Is kind of the starting point. But you can these are the prints, right, from the Gamma prints. All of
Yeah.
them are prints in the background, which is really cool because it looks pretty clear, doesn't it?
Yeah. You got the Sir Gadfly back there. You got that bear. I
Yeah.
wish I would have got one of those bears now. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, and also the bear bigs, I think, also with the
Yeah.
Bitcoin holding the Bitcoin too. So you got
Oh yeah.
Boozy, you
Yeah.
got Bear Bigs, you got Sir Gadfly. Shout out to all the artists, and then Noodles, I believe, did the Pepe Meme Boy. I
Yeah.
love that piece, even though
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
it's pretty cheap. But yeah,
Brings back
so
old memories from being a kid. I played the shit out of that thing.
exactly. So yeah, want to give a shout out to them, man, because they are doing some great work.
Yeah,
In regards
for
to
sure.
you know the bitmap space. What do you think?
Yeah, I haven't actually put the time in to work with that, so I'll do that, and I'll actually give my opinion when I spend some time with it. But yeah, look from outside looking in, I like it a lot, and I think it's something really cool. And anything built on Bitmap has a community built in, so I think it's already has it. So
Yeah, I think they were pretty smart making this like an open source type, like anybody can use it,
yeah,
because people
smart.
are talking about it now, and I believe you can inscribe it to your bitmap. I
Oh,
believe
that's
so.
awesome.
So they have I believe they have a tool on the site to do that, but you can save it as a file too, right?
Oh,
So
awesome.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So more stuff like this, guys. Like so, the Bitmap Builder ecosystem. This is kind of stuff that you probably want to reach out to inscribe.space to see how you can integrate it into your ecosystem as well, right? At
Yeah,
the
for
end of the
sure.
day.
All right, all right.
All right. Where do you want to go next? You can pick.
Let's jump into Unisat. Jump into the testnet.
All right. Yeah.
So this is the Unisat testnet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we did an episode over this, which has gotten really good response from the community. So we appreciate that. You know, we talked and we said, hey, we should kind of do a little bit on it each time that we have an update, market update, and just kind of show for the people that might have missed that episode. But we're going to do a quick swap, and then also I'm going to break my liquidity pool up afterwards. But so we're just going to do a quick swap here. So let's do, I have sats and I want to buy, let's see, what do I want?
USDT. That to me, I heard rumors that is actually going to be the bridged USDT. We're gonna have freaking stable coins over here, bro. Crazy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna buy 288 USDT. So let's just swap that.
Holy shit! 5 sats is 288 USDT.
I'm rich. I quit, boss. I quit. I'm gonna tell my boss tomorrow I quit. No, I'm just kidding. But I would be super rich if that was the value.
Yeah, I know. Be a trillionaire, bro.
Yeah. But anyhow, yeah. So look, I just created, or I just bought USDT. So let's try to create a pool, liquidity pool of that. So I want to create a new pool. I'm gonna do USDT and sats. So let's do my entire balance here. So 288 USDT with 4.9941 sats. So we're going to hit supply. We're going to confirm supply. We're going to hit sign and hit OK. All right.
Boom,
so
done.
then, wow, stake feature. Unstake, stake.
Ooh.
What? Bam. Is that new? Or did we just miss
I haven't
that?
seen that.
Yeah.
That's new to me.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
And this is why I want to do this every week, because like just in case like we didn't see that last time. So it's definitely showcasing how amazing this is going to be. I can't wait.
Yeah. So you've seen it here first. Live.
Yeah, it really did. We're the only ones to put out a video on this. The only ones.
I know, which is crazy to me, but I don't know. So let's remove the pool. Hold on, let me see. So I'm gonna go to pool, my liquidity. So I have 2 pools here, right? So
Yeah.
I have USDT and sats, and I have meme and ordi. So I'm gonna remove this one. And then you hit max and then remove and then confirm and then sign. And then
Boom, boom, boom.
okay. And then, so I don't have any liquidity with USDT sats anymore, right? So that's broken back up. I'll do the same thing here with meme and ordi. Do max, remove, confirm, and sign.
Amazing. Look how fast that is, dude. Oh my god, this is gonna be insane. This is gonna be insane. Oh, I'm so hyped.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy, right? Yeah. So we just wanted to show kind of what this was like, and if you missed it, that first episode, and we're gonna do this every update, because like Shizzy said, we didn't see the staking that they've added there, so that's gonna be interesting. So I assume that they're gonna show like an APY or something soon. But I love this. Like if you look at all the pools, you can see the total volume for 24 hours, volume for 7 days. API will probably be on this page too, just to see what the earning is. So yeah, it's happening. It's coming, man.
It seems like the APY is gonna be paid out in Bitcoin. It's gonna be paid out in transaction fees.
So I don't know.
I mean, no, because it said it's going to come out in transaction fees, and the transaction fees are paid in Bitcoin. Yeah. So how could they not be?
Unless they make like a native token for their.
But then they no longer become that service. Now they are a coin. And if the coin.
What if it's paid out in USDT?
That would be even better. I'd rather Bitcoin. I'd rather get paid out.
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
but you know that like dexes, they'll offer different payouts too sometimes.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll just do that, right? So
yeah,
you can earn this, with these 2 pairs or whatever, right? So
I'm sure being on Bitcoin, I think they should pay out in Bitcoin.
Dude, I feel like honestly, like whatever they pair with Bitcoin, like imagine the ordi Bitcoin stake. Imagine the APY, like that's probably gonna drop very low quick, because confidence, right? There's gonna be a lot of
Yep.
confidence in that.
Yep. Yeah, I
So,
agree.
like, if they offer that,
Yeah. Yo, and there's gonna be no reason to keep tokens in your wallet anymore. Like, why wouldn't you put them up? Even if you're earning like 3%. I mean, that's probably where you're gonna trade them anyway, So keep them over there. Like, we trust Unisat. If we don't trust Unisat, we're fucked anyway. Just everything's going to zero regardless if they've rug. So honestly, right? Like, if Unisat would rug,
yeah,
BRC20s go to zero no matter what.
yeah.
So it's not, to me, I'm just going to keep I will no longer have any tokens besides Bitcoin. Any like BRC20s in my wallet, they're all going to be staked. I don't care if I'm earning 1%, 10%, whatever. I'm staking them all.
Gotcha. Yeah. So obviously none of this is financial advice,
No,
but
don't copy me. I'm an idiot.
but yeah, I'm a little bit I definitely believe in the stronger pair staking stuff,
Yeah.
personally, but I'm gonna be very, very strategic with it. Very
Yeah.
strategic and slow, because like I want to make sure that that's me personally.
Yeah.
So
I'm going all in. Day one, everything in my wallet's getting staked or liquidity pooled.
Gotcha. So yeah, it's really cool, man. Really cool to kind of see the evolution of that. But yeah,
Revolution of that.
the rep,
Let's go.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So moving over to something that's similar topic, but Bison Labs obviously is creating. They've been known for their ZK rollup swap that they've
Yeah.
created on Bitcoin. It's in testnet right now. We had them on their spaces this morning, and they mentioned that they're creating modules for everything. So just kind of like how Unisat has their white module and their black modules. The white module means it's green lighted, it's good to go, you can withdraw and all that stuff. The black modules just means that it needs to evolve to white modules, by getting the checks and balances through.
Yeah.
But Bison Labs is actually creating modules for like every protocol right now, meaning runes, pipe, by track, tap protocol, BRC20 protocol. They basically JC Jay Lee. Jay Lee said that, hey, look, we want to create an experience for the user to where they don't know if they're trading tap, if they're trading runes,
Yep.
or if they're trading BRC20, that was a pretty strong statement.
I know. It was awesome. And that's exactly because I mean, before Ordinals, I was a big fan of Moonbeam and what the Polkadot ecosystem's doing, and basically like they want to make it that, and then we have that concept over here now, which is Bison Labs could be the layer 0 to all this. We're saying it's a layer 2, but it could actually be the layer 0, with all the stuff built on top of it. So it's definitely special.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited about it. And one thing too that like Benny said in the spaces was, that, hey, like, look, BRC20 tap runes, they don't have to cannibalize each other. They can all coexist on different, just in different ways. Whether that's BRC20 is going to primarily be on the Unisats swap, and then tap protocol can be known for its auth, the auth function, and for transfer and bridging, and then also over on the Bison side too. So we'll kind of have to just see, because Bob did make a really good point this morning, Bob Bodley, about like we just haven't seen other ecosystems really have different token standards. But I kind of actually, now I think about it, because you made a comment that said, look, like Polymatic was evolved from Ethereum, Arbitrum evolved from Ethereum, and on their
Optimism.
Well, besides
Base.
Arbitrum, because Arbitrum, I believe they use ERC20, but Polygon uses their own version of ERC20. Chronos uses their own version of ERC20. AVAX uses their own version. So
Phantom.
like all these EVMs use their own version of it, right? So like they kind of tweaked it, right? So
same thing. It's the same
yeah,
thing
exactly.
what potential we can have.
Exactly. So these meta protocols. The only difference is most of these are meta protocols versus those are like layer 2 chains, right?
Yeah. But we're still at the bridge in and out of them.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as what they're doing over there. It's just we actually have an easier time and less chances of getting rugged or getting our wallets emptied because we're not using these smart contracts.
Exactly. And who knows, like if you think about it, like there's certain chains too that, and maybe they didn't start on Ethereum, but they have different ways of doing things, like Hedera uses the hash graph technology. Maybe
Yeah.
ordinals will be kind of similar to where it uses the ordinal theory because it's a count system, with the Satoshis. And then that's what it's known for, for its system. And then the UTXO stuff, whether that's runes, pipe, RGB. I don't know if that's what they do as well.
Real
but
good Bitcoin. We just found that out.
Yeah,
Real good
that's
Bitcoin,
interesting.
RGB.
Yeah. But I believe there's a reason why people aren't building on RGB right now. Like whether that's they need a core update for it to actually succeed or not, I don't know. I'm not, in depth like a developer would be with that.
Yeah, for sure.
But definitely excited for, what Jay Lee said with that, because he's obviously super talented as a developer, and I'm excited to see what that looks like.
I agree.
Yep.
While we're on the topic, you want to hop over to Bison Labs and maybe we'll do a quick swap over there as well if you have it up and running.
Yep. Let me get back to my other.
And if you guys need any links to any of the Bison stuff, we have the 12 Days of Bison in every single video. We have all the links that you'll need to participate inside the show notes. So,
okay, so let's see here.
Yeah, man. So big fans of what they're doing over there. So we'll pop it back up.
Yeah, yep. So you can see over here in Bison, this is their testnet. You can swap. I have a little bit of Bitcoin, Bitmap, laser. I sold all my laser. So let's just say I want to do, I'm going to swap my Bitmap back to Bitcoin. So let's do one here, just hit swap and then hit sign.
Hey, almost $1,000 for a Bitmap.
And then hit OK. And then you can see the balance update too, right? So then you just, but it's still showing my Bitmap because right now it's in testnet. So you do have to refresh and then reconnect real quick. And
what you can do as well, what I learned, if you click on Bitmap Bridge or Network Overview and then go back, it hits like an automatic refresh.
Awesome. Speaking of bridge, so let's say, you can see the Bitmap is there still because it's showing, because it's going through the confirmation process right now.
Yeah.
So, but this is pretty cool. So I wonder, I should ask Jay, is this like the actual Bitmap that I'd be getting, since I sold it? That'd be pretty cool. But like, I think the thing is predetermined, which is fine, because I think that's the only way like Bitmap liquidity pools could work. With that being said, like, at least it's cool that you can see what number you're getting.
Yeah, that
before
is really
you get
cool.
it, right? You can't change that, but but you can at least see that.
Yeah, man.
Trader's view. Okay, I don't remember.
This is something new. Yeah, this is something different. They haven't had it out yet. So, and guys, just remember, Jay Lee said this is incentivized. So we don't know how yet. We don't know what these points are going to mean, but you might want to get over here and start playing with this.
Awesome.
This is
basically the trader's user interface, right?
Yeah.
So if I were to go here and I was just like, I won't be able to. Yeah, it's gonna be too expensive. Yeah, because I think it's like 0.1 or something.
Yeah, something outrageous.
Yeah, 0.05. Anyways, yeah, so this is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't have that much Bitcoin in there right now. So yeah, it's cool because you can see network overview too, the proof numbers, which this is, so the way this should work is that like it's going to work off of proofs. So I think everybody's going to have to download like a light client. And that's how you're not having to like rely on a bunch of indexers, centralized indexers, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but it shows the, state number and then all that cool stuff. So pretty awesome, man. Pretty awesome. Dude, what an exciting time, right? Like it's just, it's so awesome. Like
what a time to be alive right now, dude.
And
like,
in ordinals, not just alive, just being
ordinals.
in ordinals, and it's also being in ordinals. Ordinals has spurred, like basically created this explosion of innovation on Bitcoin. And most of it's been done on ordinals, but now like it's even given us exposure to like atomicals and
I agree.
Other stuff that's like runes and stuff, possibilities, and stuff like that. So I think if you are in ordinals, you benefit more than just ordinals.
100%.
So
What we got
speaking of
next?
atomical, yeah,
Atomical.
speaking of atomicals, this is, man, like, I don't even know where to start here. Like, we have that
Yeah.
episode. I really recommend that if you need a starting point, that you go to our
Yep.
Atomicals founder of the protocol discussion video and just watch that. He does a great job of breaking it down for regular folk like Shizzy and myself.
Yep.
And so, where do you want to start with atomicals? Because I could,
like obviously we talk about on the show a lot of times, like it's about the people, right? And this guy, he's just an amazing person. Like you can just tell by the way he was calm with us. He was very understanding that we're not tech guys, and he very understanding of his team. And like I messaged his team, I was like, hey, here's the video or whatever, and then they were like, how lucky are we? That's what the team member said. How lucky are we to have A as our founder? Like
yeah,
that's what a team member, like that is to me, was like, he's not only special to us because we're posting this video to out, but he's actually really special to his team. And these guys see it probably way more than we do because they spend a lot more time with him. So again, it's the space is all about the people, and just what an incredible person.
yeah. And for those who don't know what atomicals are, like I said, start with that video, but I'll do a
Yeah.
quick little summary the best I can. So atomicals ARC20, the token standard, is similar to runes in the fact that it stores the data in the op return area, right? So that's
Yeah.
different from the SegWit, which is where I believe inscriptions are, right, with in ordinal theory. So that's the first difference. The second thing actually the second thing that's similar to runes is that they're both UTXO primary based, right? So when you send a transaction, that UTXO gets destroyed. It's done. Like you don't get any leftover sats, like as opposed to ordinals. If I want to send you some BRC20s, like the UTXO still exists. It takes out the sats that I want to send you that the BRC20s are on. So those are the two major like similarities to runes and then differences to ordinals. But other than that, those two things that has similar to runes, I believe the majority of the rest is pretty different and unique. And it seems like it's built out, right? So you're talking about whenever you deploy a token, you can't just mint out the entire supply.
Our supply. Yeah.
So it works. Yeah, it works. Well, it works off of a mining system to where you have to match a certain hash from the deployment number, and you have to use CPU power to do so. How cool is that? Is bringing proof of work down to like a meta protocol level.
And he called it
Bitcoin.
Bitworks.
Bitworks
Is
yeah.
the term that he's using. And it's, I mean, if we're over here, we're using proof of work to mine the Bitcoin. I think we should have to use proof of work to mine these new tokens, right? These ARC20s. So I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's something that really kind of caught my attention. Obviously you're not mining blocks and you're not securing Bitcoin other than your transaction fees to do so.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you technically are. Transaction fees
True.
would go to the miners. So every transaction you make is helping the network. So technically,
so it is, but not in the actual action of just the CPU mining part, other than the fees that go out.
You're keeping the miners alive, but yeah.
So, but the idea behind it, and it also teaches some of the fundamentals of Bitcoin too, right? Like, so if you didn't know how Bitcoin works, like this actually can teach newbies, like if they get into atomicals, which I don't know if that jump is the smartest jump, but like, but still, like Ordinals has taught people that, like myself, that like I first bought Bitcoin in 2013, but I didn't know how it worked, the ins and outs. And so really, really cool. I won't get too much into the realms thing because I do feel like I have an understanding of it. I don't want to get into that and confuse people because
the easiest terminology for that would just be the same as Ethereum with with their names, but there's so much more with the parent child that can add to that. So
yeah.
Well, what is it called? ETC names or something?
No, DNS. So ENS is what you're talking about.
ENS.
But ENS and SNS and like what we have, SNS, what we have with ordinals, that doesn't really truly compete with
Yeah.
DNS, which is domain namespace, right? Or
Yeah.
and that entity is like super like middleman. Like if you buy a website URL, you have to renew it
Yeah.
every certain amount of years and stuff. This could eliminate that theoretically,
Completely.
like the realms, to where you don't have to like renew your domain service. You
Yep.
can and the reason why is because you can create sub realms, which subdomains kind of like that. But like I said, watch that video because he gets into that a
Yeah.
lot more clear than what we
Deep.
can.
And a shout out to that team. We're excited for what they are, and we are definitely going to do a tutorial video on how to mint. They do say their marketplace will be alive and running within the next few weeks, but we want to get in there early and want to get some of these tokens before they get to the marketplace. So yeah, there's people out there already doing that. Reach out to them and ask them how. A lot of them are really nice, and we're gonna have someone on our show, and maybe we'll do it live. So we'll see.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah,
You ready to jump into the market update?
let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. So let's head over to the current live site of Unisat, which looks a little different than what I'm used to. Oh, there's BRC20. Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, let me refresh this to make sure I have the live most up to date. Okay, so no surprise, Sats number one with volume. I don't think they're going anywhere, but it has been kind of hovering around this $950 to $1,000 mark for in terms of like 100 billion Sats. So we're looking. I guess a better way to say it's hovering at like 40353 in terms of Sat value. But it is down 1.52%. I seriously do personally believe that people are holding on to this until the swap because they, are excited about staking and stuff like that. Number two, Track. Man, Track has been really coming back strong. Benny, man, I know we gave him his flowers, and we tend to do that, like with developers and people in the space that deserve it, because they, someone like him that is trying to help even the most quiet Discord member that just might ask him how do I do this, like, and he helps them, walks them through it and stuff. Really amazing what he's doing for his project and his community. So it's at 32 cents, 1200 sats. It's up 35%. So really strong bounce back there. Ordi is up 4.71%. I do believe people are going to start pouring into Ordi, being that it is the first token and it has that community backing it, sitting at $3.70 per Ordi. BTCS down 4.17%, sitting at 7 cents, 276 sats. OXBT 46 sats. Man, this thing is like a roller coaster for real. Like it'll get down to like 40 stats and then get up to like 60. It's down 13.21%. Very interested to see how this responds to the swap and liquidity pools and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Council is up 3.56%, sitting at $70.31. Man, the larger tokens, they've just been falling down pretty hard.
I mean, the council isn't doing anything right now. Like, there's no, we don't know they're building. We haven't heard anything up from their launch pad. It's just like these guys are, they're not talking. They're not coming out. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to say anymore, but yeah.
I think it's really tough in this specific like time period we're in right now, because it's like, do you want to release a launch pad right now? I'm thinking more specifically from like a project founder,
but
like, do I want to say,
you don't have to release the launch pad. Just come out with a testnet. Like, come out with something. Put out a white paper. Put out something to show that you're actually building something. Otherwise, this token's is going to continuously drop. Like, it's not fair to your holders. Like, put out information. Do it. Like they talked about doing spaces every week and stuff. They did one space. Like, they're not trying no more. They kind of gave up. And I've love for those guys, but just come out and say you're not working on it no more, because this is just, or do something.
Yeah, so I think that they definitely should communicate, but I'm also not in their Discord as much because we're so busy. Like, man, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have the time like we used to just jump into every Discord and stuff like that, or Telegram. So
I'm in the Discord. I don't see shit.
Really? Okay.
It's the quietest it's been since ever.
Yeah. So I agree. Like they definitely need to be communicating to the community a bit more if that's the case. But there's other projects that are kind of following that trajectory right now. It's almost kind of like a dead period to where they're
Yeah.
waiting for the energy to be injected back into the ecosystem. But we'll just kind of have to wait and see. So Dozy is even at 90 sats. Oshi is even at 1,179,000. So they're at $270. So they've also fallen. So but they've also had kind of some issues that they're going through.
Internal fighting.
Yeah, exactly. And so Rune is down 13%. Punk is up 1.62%. Texo is even. X is up 3.57%. Interesting. This one kind of came back into the top 24. And then Moon is down 33.33%. Zbit is up 0.81%. So I believe this is a token that was launched by the BTC machines. I'm not sure 100%, but they have like a gaming type of approach to this. MXRC is up 32%. Our boy Good and the MXRC project. Fron is up 7.89%. Domo is even at 68 sats. Or is even at 23 sats. L1FG is even at 390. Ledger LGER is even at 4.70 sats. Man, they've fallen pretty hard. SAYC, which is Satoshi Ape Yacht Club, I believe. They're even at 6.30. UPA is even at 70 sats. BXDX is 300 sats and even. So, man, this is kind of a little bit interesting. And I'm not too concerned about this. This is just showing like, look, man, like out of the top 24, there's not a ton of volume being traded on BRC20s. But again, Jeff made a great point today in Spaces from Recursive Verse saying that, look, we're at the lowest point of stats listings that we've ever had percentage wise. So I feel like a lot of people are waiting on the stats, right? Or they're listing things that are higher than what people want to pay on this marketplace right now.
For sure.
Because there's just not a lot of action. So
one thing about sats though, to me, is that their market cap's pretty high. So for sats to double, you're gonna be you need to find about $30 million to come in.
Yeah.
So
that's
the only
nothing
thing for me.
That I don't think that's that as much as it sounds, because I mean, look at already got to $500 million market cap.
But already got to that being on centralized exchanges.
Yeah, but so stats are getting.
That's a different story. That's a wake up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced until that happens.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see though, right? We'll see what happens. But yeah, so that is the BRC20 market update.
Sounds good. And I will take it from here. We really appreciate that, buddy. And then we'll hop over to the Magic Eden version of it. And we got Ordinal MaxiBiz still in the number one spot, sitting at 0.2329. And I'm on the 7-day chart as usual, or 7-day stuff. So we got Bitmap in the number 2 spot, sitting at 0.002024. I swept the floor again today. I bought 9 more. Not financial advice. I'm an idiot, but I love these prices. And with gas being at freaking, I paid $1.10 in gas this morning for all 9. So that was another reason why I was like, oh man. But
I was about to say a gallon for a gallon of gas, $1.10?
A gallon of gas, bro, or transaction fee, or I like the term gas. I know it's not a thing over here, but I like it. I'm gonna keep using it. But so we got number 9 sitting at number 9. We got the 1-digit bitmap sitting at 3 Bitcoin, 2-digit bitmaps sitting at 0.0888 Bitcoin, 3 digits sitting at 3 digits are cheap right now, bro. Sitting at 0.019. It's the lowest I've seen that, bro. Somebody's trying to get out. I might send that guy an offer. Yeah, so if you guys see it going in the next hour, it's probably me. But we got 4 digits sitting at 0.0038. The 5 digits sitting at 0.002 0.039, sitting about, I want to say about 50% higher, 60% higher than the floor. Let's jump back into this. Ordinal Punk sitting at 3.15 Bitcoin. BTC DGods sitting at 0.4. The Frog sitting at 0.0221 Ribbit. BitApe, Spider48 Yacht Club members sitting at 0.0049. We got Seize Control sitting at 0.15. 12-fold, they weren't here earlier, sitting at 0.696. This is a new one right here, UF Bros sitting at 0.0075. This one launched this week. I had a chance to get it at 0.0045, and I did not do that. I highly regret it now because it is almost double. The Bitcoin Punk sitting at 0.01644. Uncommon Patterns by Nullish. This is something brand new, just dropped. Nullish is one of the bigger guys in the space, and he put it, I think this was a free mint, if I'm correct, but it sold out in 60 seconds.
Oh no, so, I don't think this was the.
This ain't the one.
No, he dropped an art piece, a digital art piece on Gamma that sold out in 60 seconds, and there was 100 of them. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I was mistaken. Sorry about that. Thank you for correcting me, sir. And then we have Osh or Cash token sitting at 0.00281. Should we look into anything else while we're here? We're at the Bitcoin whales. They were in the top last week. Probably should. Let me see. Bitcoin whales. Okay, 0013. They've been sitting here for a little while now. Got up all the way up to about 0017. What else? Should we look at anything else? Or are we good?
Check out the nocturnal maxis and see where they're at.
Oh yeah, nocturnals. I don't know why my cat is going nuts over there. If you hear him,
it's dropped a little bit. It's definitely dropped.
Ooh, that's buying range, bro.
Close, but
what would you throw at?
Honestly, for me, I'd probably want it back to close to what I missed out on. So like
1.4, 1.7.
Yeah, 1.4. 1.4 is probably something that I could see myself buying into. But yeah, the oracles, man, those are definitely doing pretty good.
Where are they at?
0.041 is the floor.
Okay.
But people have been buying them pretty consistently. I mean, you know, they're growing. I just love that whole collection, art collection.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Definitely want to get these guys on. You got to reach out.
Yeah, we should. Definitely.
All right. And that is I think that's your market update today, guys. I think we covered everything that we could possibly cover. And we appreciate you guys watching, listening. We have some really good interviews coming out. We have, we're going to be doing a thing with Prism today. We have the BRC startup on Tuesday coming out. Yeah, so we're just excited. We got so many builders in the space, so many people making art, so much innovation happening every single day, and we just appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, this is the place to be. It's like one of those right place at the right time, but you gotta hang on a little bit, right? Because it's not gonna happen overnight. But yeah, excited. And join our Saturday morning spaces if you can, because man, there's so much alpha that's like dripping from that spaces. You know,
100%.
So.
Yep. And we appreciate you guys listening and watching. We're just over here televising the revolution, baby. And then appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Peace.